what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Real quick, I was just editing this and realized that my pug is snoring super loud like the entire video and it's very distracting. So I'm really sorry about that. If that annoys you, like, my bad, sorry. So today I wanted to address something that probably gets commented like the most on my channel, and that is, why am I not a Disney princess, or why have I not like auditioned to be one? I get so many questions about this, and I think something that a lot of people don't actually know is that I did audition down when I lived in Florida. Only one time, but there's also a lot of reasons why I just simply, like, I cannot be like a face character that I don't think people know. So today I just wanted to tell you guys my experience auditioning for Disney, and I also wanted to go over the reasons why I just don't try that hard because I can't be one. So my friend Warren and I decided to audition together. So I was checking like online at disneyauditions.com. They have like a list of all the different auditions, and they're all over the world, all over the country. But I was going on there and I noticed that there was an audition coming up in Orlando at the Animal Kingdom like rehearsal facility. This audition was calling for people that are 4'8" to 5 foot and 6 foot to like 6'4", I think. I'm 4'11", so this was like perfect for my height, and my friend Warren, I think he's like 6'1" or 6 foot, so it was perfect for him too. I didn't want to audition alone, so I was trying to wait for an audition where I could bring a friend with me because I was really nervous. I got him to agree to audition with me. He was really hesitant at first, but he agreed, so we auditioned together. We went for specifically a fur character audition. If you're not really familiar with the difference, I mean, face characters are like the people that you can meet, the princesses, princes, stuff like that, and then fur characters is like everything else that's in costume. And so for our audition, it was for fur character. But yeah, so when you go online to see the different auditions, the fur character ones don't tell you who they're for usually, but the face characters usually say exactly who they're looking for, so that if you think you might look like them, you can, you know, go. But this one, it was for anybody. So for the audition, they require that you bring a resume and a headshot, so we both brought those to the audition, and yeah, that's all they have you bring. I looked at a bunch of other people's videos before I auditioned, so I knew that you're supposed to wear kind of like athletic clothes because you're gonna have to be doing like dances and animations and stuff, so I just wore like a pair of black leggings and a blue athletic top. The audition takes place in like a small gym type thing. It's smaller than that though. There was probably like 70 or so people at our audition, which is small compared to the auditions that are elsewhere in the country because they happen most often, I think, in Orlando. So yeah, it was really funny because it was a bunch of like really tiny people and a bunch of super tall people, so it was just hilarious. Half the people in that room were like towering over me and stuff. When you first walk in, there's like a table in the front of the room that you have to go and sign in and get like measurements. So they have like certain height requirements that they have to stick to because of like the costumes and stuff. So they measure you, and if you don't fit like the height requirements, they ask you to leave, and they'll measure like your arms and everything, like your whole body measurements, just to make sure that you would fit in like costumes and stuff. So after that happened, they had us all sit in the front of the room and had a couple people come out and talk to us about what we're gonna be doing, and we had to download like an app or like get on a web page. I don't remember which one, but you had to like sign in on there, and they gave us like a code word, and for our specific group that day, it was like Star Wars themed, and the man also kept like hinting at different Star Wars things, so most of us believe that that audition that day was specifically going to be for mainly Star Wars characters. We don't know that for sure. But yeah, so while we were sitting there in the front of the room, the guy was telling us what we had to do next. So the first thing we had to do was learn a parade routine, so we all had to stand up and get in different rows and windows and stuff so that we can learn the dance. I wasn't that nervous for this part just because I've been a dancer since I was like 3, and I was a cheerleader for like 10 years, so I know how to pick up choreography and stuff. Wasn't that nervous about this part. But I know for a lot of people it's really intimidating and scary, but the parade routine that you have to learn is super simple, so even if you don't have a dancing background, I think it would be easy for anyone to really pick up the choreography. But it's just 2/8 count dance, and it was to the song Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. That's my jam, so I was like down for it. They let you learn it a little bit. You had to do it like once or twice, and then you had to switch so that the people that were in the back row are now in the front row, and then do it like 2 more times. So it was like a total of like 5 times that we did this dance, and then we had to practice it while we're walking in place, because for the parade routine, it's like if you're gonna become the character and get thrown into a parade, you'd have to do this routine while walking down the street. It was pretty easy, but then after that, they pulled the judges out, and we had to get in lines of only 4 and go 4 at a time. We had to walk down the whole length of the room, and the judges were at the other end of the room, so we had to walk down towards them and do the routine 2 times through, and that was it. So you got a few times to learn it and practice it, and then you had 1 shot to do it in front of the judges while you're actually walking. and that was it. That part was actually pretty fun. It was a little scary because the walking kind of messes you up a little bit, but it was a lot of fun. I like that part. That part took a while because there was like 70 people and we had to go in groups of only 4. Once that was done, no cuts were made at all. They gathered us back up into the front of the room and told us that we're now going to be learning. We're not learning anything. But then they told us that we're now going to be practicing for the animation portion of the audition. But they gave us like 2 examples, had someone show us how to do it. So the whole thing is that they give you like a prompt of a situation and you have to act out the situation without using any words, and you have 60 seconds to do it, and you have to act like super over the top and animated, because if you're in like a big costume or something, you're gonna have to be able to like get thoughts across without using words. So that's what we had to do next. And this was the part that I was like freaking out about because I've never acted a day in my life. I've never had to act anything out in front of people besides like charades and stuff. And that's obviously not the same. Kind of the same, actually. But it was in front of a lot of people, so it's not the same. So we got to practice it 2 times through before we had to present it in front of the judges. For our group, our prompt was we had to be toy makers. So we had to build a toy, and then for the last 15 seconds, we had to become our toy and act like our toy that we were building. So they split us up into 2 groups to try it out. For mine, I think I chose to make like a doll. So you have to, you know, like hammer things, get materials, saw stuff, and then when you have 15 seconds left, you have to become your toy. So I just like became a doll and was walking around like a doll. I don't know. A lot of people did dolls, I think. And then some people did like the Jack in the Boxes. Yeah, and then they split us up into groups of 8, I think. So 4 in the front row, 4 in the back. And you just did your animation in like 2 separate rows. That was terrifying, honestly. I was not very good at that. Like I just felt really awkward. That was that. And then after the animations, they did the first cuts. And that's where me and Warren both got cut. So they cut like 3/4 of the people at this point. So we went home. And I think if you didn't get sent home, you got to learn a second dance or something. There's tons of more videos about like the details of people who made it to the end, and even if you make it all the way to the end, it doesn't mean that you get the part. So it's just a big long process. It was a lot of fun. If you're contemplating auditioning, I say just do it. Look for one near you. I definitely recommend it. I mean, you might get it, and if you don't, it's just a really good experience and it's really fun, especially if you go with a friend. But yeah, so a lot of people didn't even know that I did that, but I did that. But there are reasons why I can't be a face character that people don't know either. I get a lot of people asking why I haven't tried to be a face character. The biggest reason is because I have tattoos. I have 5 tattoos and they're all pretty visible besides the one on my side, but you're not supposed to have any visible tattoos at all in order to be a face character, which makes a lot of sense. And I love my tattoos. It's not something that I regret. I had some before I even went down to work for Disney, and then I've had more since I was living down there. But yeah, that's just their rule and it makes sense. So if you have tattoos on your arms and stuff, you just can't be a face character. It's just how it goes. They don't, even if you can cover it with like makeup, they don't want that. I mean, it would ruin the magic if like Cinderella had a tattoo. Disney has really strict height requirements for their princesses and for all face characters, for all characters in general, but face characters specifically. I think the shortest princess is like Anna, and she's 5'4", so I'm nowhere even close to being in that range. I think I'm the right height for like Tinkerbell and Wendy and Alice and stuff, but I have tattoos. So that's like the main 2 reasons why I can't be face character. If you guys have any more questions about like the audition experience, or if you want like tips and tricks on auditioning, leave them down below in the comments. I didn't go into a ton of detail. If you guys have specific questions about parts of the audition, then go ahead and leave them and I'll try my best to help you guys out. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.